Let's make it a good day.
Today on The Jason Show, lots of hot dish. The Oscars pick their next host, and HBO picks the next show to be canceled. We have it all. Then, for the first time, actually in studio, Shayla from Plant Penthouse with easy ways to holiday up your house with plants. And something new is driving one of our viewers crazy. What is it? You'll find out when we open up the Jason Show mailbag. The Jason Show starts right now. Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah.
Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon. Good evening. Welcome to the Jason Show. I'm Jace. Hello. Please, thank you. Keep that love going. Please say hello to my sidekick sister. It's Kendall, everybody.
Hi. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. We look festive together.
We do kind of look like a Christmas card. We didn't plan this.
We're skipping Thanksgiving,
We're
people.
going
It's
right.
out.
No, don't do that. Did you hear Martha Stewart jokingly yelled at Mariah Carey?
Yes.
She said, "Mariah, I love you. We can flip the switch.
We can fix
We
this.
can fix this. Let's not skip the feast. Let's give Thanksgiving its due, and then we can go over." I almost decorated this weekend.
You did not,
Well,
Stag.
I said almost because I said to you on Friday, my better half had surgery on Friday, so that was decorating this weekend would not have been possible
Not
at all.
No.
So we decided, not to. But thanks to people that asked, it wasn't. Let's be clear, it wasn't anything real serious. But surgery is surgery. And before I tell you how I wasn't really a great nurse,
I would never have thought that.
Yeah, I mean, but I will tell you, I know, I joked that I wasn't going to be a good nurse, and, I'm a little snarky on here. I said, but, what happened was, I said this morning on the radio show, even though it wasn't a real serious thing, it's still surgery, I did not like dropping him off at the doctor. I did not. And people were like, "Yeah, duh." But I acted like I acted like it was no big deal, and it wasn't. Again, it wasn't a huge surgery. But when I had to say goodbye and give him to the nurse, I got in the elevator. I did not like that. I drove home and I got worried, and I was like, "Oh, I don't like this," and it made me feel. But then I got home, and bada boom, bada bing. I got home. Took a little nap, and then the nurse called, and they're like, "Girl, come get him. He's sitting up." And I said, "Okay, yeah." And I said, and I was ready. I had plans. I was gonna stall. I was gonna try to drive near the hospital so that when they did call, I didn't even have time to do anything. They boop, 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 boom, done. Come pick him up. He's done. And then the nurse looked at me. And because Colin was all coming out of the anesthesia, so he remembers nothing. Yeah, but the nurse looked at me, and she watches the show. She told me, she goes, "Now I need you to listen." She knows I have a very short attention span. She goes, and I've written all this down for you, Jason. She goes, it's kind of like a little gremlin list, like don't feed him after midnight, don't get him wet, don't, bright lights. So I had this whole list of stuff. But I did Friday, I was on it, man, whatever he needed. By last night, I got a little tired and I felt really bad. His back started getting sore because, again, he had something with the stomach. So his back was getting sore, and he goes, "Could you just maybe rub the back?" And I go, "Oh, absolutely." I said, "Oh, absolutely, absolutely." We get home, we ran an errand. Well, you'll see what we did a little bit later. We got home, and it was 7:50. I made the horrible mistake of laying down. Girl, I was out. And he looked at me, and I woke up once, and I go, "Oh, you look irritated." And he goes, "Well, I thought you were going to rub my back." And I go, "Oh, I forgot about that." Sorry about that. I think I'm gonna go back to bed now. Yeah, and then I rolled back over, and then I woke up at 6, so it was perfect. Yeah, anyway, thanks to everyone that sent messages. He's doing well, and thank you. Let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Roll it, Leo. Here we go. Coming up later, though, you'll see he did want to get out of the house a little bit. You'll see what we did a little bit later. But right now, HBO made a shocking announcement over the weekend. The network has canceled a show that's responsible for 54 Emmy nominations. Westworld will not be back for a 5th season. Now, here's the deal. I know not a lot of you watch the show, but there's a reason we're doing this story. It's really more about what this means for TV in general. The show was one of HBO's most popular shows when it debuted, but ratings dropped significantly in seasons 3 and 4, and fans began complaining about the confusing plot. On top of all of this, remember the new merger of Warner Brothers and Discovery, which HBO is a part of, had executives looking to cut costs, and this one, because of how expensive it is to make, it was right on the chopping block. Because, the return on investment wasn't there. The show originally had 12 million viewers in its first season. It dropped to 4. And it cost like hundreds of millions of dollars to produce. Young Sheldon costs like 75 cents and gets better ratings. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm just saying, if I'm the executive, I'm looking at the same thing.
It was definitely, you were saying the confusing plot line. It's one of those shows that I always was like, oh, I gotta watch that. It looks so good, right up my alley, sci-fi. And I never got into it because I was like, I'm just confused even with just the little promos. Season
1 was great, and then it just got, and if you watch it, you're nodding your head, it just got boring and weird and
convoluted.
But this is a bookmark here. You can mark this down. This is one of those moments where the era of these companies just throwing money at directors like J.J. Abrams and just giving them money going, spend whatever you want, is over. Because it's not worth it sometimes. You're spending hundreds of millions of dollars and getting 4 million viewers. And I made the joke about Young Sheldon, but I'm actually not joking. That show doesn't have a very large budget compared to this, and it pulls in way more viewers. So if I'm the bosses, I'm going to make the same decision. I hope for the fans' sake, I hope for the fans' sake, maybe they do like a 2-hour movie to wrap things up. Next in the dish, big news in Hollywood. This happened about 2 hours ago. Jimmy Kimmel has been announced as the host of the Oscars. It will be his 3rd time hosting. His last time was in 2018. Now, this happens as the Academy is hoping to move on from last year's slap and sluggish ratings. I'm not going to talk about that anymore. Hoping to move on. The 95th Oscars is going to air on Sunday, March 12th this year over there on ABC. I'm happy they brought back a host. I did not like the non-hosting. I think you need, look, even if, and I know all comedians now are polarizing because we're just living in that time. Even if you don't like Jimmy, I get it. I think you need a host to keep the drink stirring. You know what I mean? You need a host. And I think Jimmy is in the line of Carson and Steve Martin, who did it. And their philosophy is you come out, you do 11 minutes of your best jokes, and you get out of the way. You get out of the way of the show, but you're there to capitalize on the great live moments. That's what a host, that's why you need a host. I use this, I use this reference all the time. But Jeff will know, and anyone my age or older, you'll remember, the best example of this was when Billy Crystal was one of his hosting gigs. And City Slickers was the big movie. And Jack Palance, y'all remember Jack Palance?
Who?
Jack, it's all right, don't worry. It'll take me too long to explain who he is. But anyway, Jack Palance came out and did one-armed push-ups. And he was like in his 70s or 80s. Yeah, he was in his 70s or 80s. And then that was an ongoing joke that Billy capitalized on for the rest of the show. That's why a host is necessary. That's why live television is great, to utilize those moments.
And to your point, Jimmy Kimmel will be good to just steer the ship and not make it about him. When last year's Oscars was about one moment, or like a Ricky Gervais, who it's always kind of about him when he makes jokes. So it'll be good.
Absolutely. Next in the dish, friend of the show, Michael Rappaport, was on Celebrity Wheel of Fortune over the weekend. And, buddy, if you're watching this, you were classic. It was classic Rappaport. Look at this.
Yeah, there is a K. Now I think you're going to solve this, right? Go.
I'm the king of the world.
That's it.
I'm the king of the world!
Do it.
I'm the king of the world! Yes! Am I Kate or are you Leo? go.
I'm Kate.
It doesn't matter. Pat, I'm so happy.
Pat. Did Sajak look a little scared for his health?
Is he gonna get hit?
It's like those great clips from, y'all seen it on YouTube, the clips of Bob Barker when he used to host, and people picking Bob up.
Yes,
and Bob was
always.
like 100,
His
and
long
it's
microphone.
like people are picking him up and shaking him like a salt and pepper shaker. Anyway, Michael did not win overall, but he won more than $35,000 for his charity, Toys for Tots. June Diane Raphael, she won more than $150,000 for her charity. I love Rappaport. He sent me a DM, or I DM'd him. I'm like, good luck this weekend, buddy. He goes, you better be watching. I said, I'm watching.
I
So,
wonder
yeah.
what it's like to really spin the wheel. Next time he comes on, can we just ask him, like, is it easy? Is it
No,
hard? Is it
he
sticky?
did a Insta. Go to his Insta. I think it's still up there. Maybe it was a story, though, so it'll be gone. He showed spinning it. People say it's much heavier in
Yeah.
real life to spin.
They really look like they're working.
Yeah.
You know?
Gail King said the same thing. She tried it. It's very heavy.
Harder than it looks, people.
Absolutely. Anyway, we're gonna take a break. I don't know. I was gonna say something, but I don't know what. It's Monday. I don't know. Anyway, Shayla from the Plant Penthouse is here, and you'll never believe what we did on Sunday. That and more when we come back. Back in a moment, everybody. I was gonna say something. Smile bright. Hey, just a friendly reminder, just like cruise lines, Broadway shows, big network shows like Kimmel, we have changed our health policy here for coming to visit us here in studio. You no longer need a vaccination card, a record, so come see us. If you haven't seen us in a while, come back and see us. But please, I make this plea. Please only sign up for a day that you can come, because sometimes we'll have like 80 people and 4 will show up. And we wonder what happened to the 76 other people. So please, no, not today. We have a great audience. Everybody showed up. But please, sign up for the day that you can come. Okay, welcome back. SNL was new over the weekend. Amy Schumer was the host, and they did a sketch poking fun at women in the fall. All right. That's you. It's our late night rewind. Here we go.
You see me wearing this hat at the airport? You know I'm gonna push my way on before my boarding group.
Wow, is your hat even bigger than before? You tell me. You can wear a big dumb hat anywhere. The beach or a soccer game.
If you see this hat in Starbucks, you know it's gonna be oat milk.
Big dumb hat.
Wanna hear a secret? I made a baby in this hat.
I name my kids Poet, Story, Lyric, Fire, and Arcade.
I post a picture from my wedding every single day.
Can you dance in the hat? Well, you'll wish we didn't.
Don't you hate how we dance?
Hat. Dumb.
Big.
Big dumb hat is the hat that makes you go.
Well, I'm not kidding. You are my only friend. You're my only friend that wears not big dumb hats. You look great.
have a lot
Because you
of
have a
big
good
dumb
melon.
hats.
Like your head size is real good for hats. Like you have a good little melon. Yeah.
I have a lot of big dumb hats, and I do have oat milk in my lattes.
I
so
know.
It's nice to meet you.
You do. You wear a lot of hats, but you look really good at it. And
Thanks.
Yeah. You got a good little melon.
I'm
That's
that
right.
girl.
It's time for a special serving of hot dish all the way from Hollywood. He looks good in a hat too. Give it up for Brad from TMZ, everybody.
Hey, good morning, Jason. No big dumb hats over here, but I have seen them out in full force the last couple weeks.
I bet you have, yeah. Hey, I hate waking people up or starting their day with sad news, but this broke over the weekend too. Aaron Carter was found dead in his bathtub, I believe. What happened? What's the latest here?
Yeah, I mean, that's it, Jason. I mean, 34 years old, Aaron Carter, and we learned that on Saturday, police got a 911 call to his home for a drowning. We have spoken to multiple sources, both on the law enforcement side and those close to Aaron, who tell us he was discovered in his bathtub. Now, if you haven't followed along Aaron the last few years, there's been a lot of concern by friends, family, even his fans, that he was in a rough place. He was in a dark place. We did a story that police were called there just a couple weeks ago, or a couple months ago, for a welfare check after fans believed that he was huffing on his live stream. So, I mean, this has been an issue that has kind of been building with Aaron, but it's just so tragic to see that that's how it ended at only 34 years old.
Yeah, it's just another one of those stories of a child star, you know, Brad, that just takes a really bad turn.
That's exactly it. And his brother, Nick Carter, of course, of the Backstreet Boys, he and Nick really butted heads a lot over the last few years because Nick had tried to get him help, and it was just it was too late.
Yeah. Next up, on to lighter stuff. Whitney Cummings is ready to take her jokes where?
Well, she wants to take them to OnlyFans, which is a little interesting because we spoke to her. She said, look, I'm taking my jokes, especially my dirty jokes, my more raunchy material. I'm doing it to OnlyFans because she said Twitter, and her quote is full of dorks now. So I don't know if that was a dig at Elon Musk or what, but she says, look, this is a way to make some extra money. I can tell my jokes. There can be subscriptions. So why not try it out?
Why not? Hey, people are making a lot of money in various ways on OnlyFans.
Some stars, I mean, $50 million Bad Baby made. I mean, it's insane how much money they're making and how much money the platform is making as well. So why not try it, Whitney?
Why not? Thank you, buddy. Have a good week.
You too. See you, Jason.
More on these stories at TMZ.com. Yeah, they do. Look, they make money in varieties of ways. We won't list that right now, but no. Thank you. And front row's clapping. Front row's clapping for nudity online. I love it. Yeah. No, really quick, I don't want to bring the party down, but you know, the Aaron Carter thing, you know, if you're this generation, we have remembered so many child stars. That Dana Plato, remember her from Different Strokes, and Brad Renfro, and it really comes down to me, it's not this simple, but you have those examples, and then you have examples of kids that, as they say in the South, they were raised right. Good parental foundation for these child stars, because there was a quote from the Oprah Winfrey Show, but with a child psychologist, that said, fame is hard for an adult to understand. It's nearly impossible for a kid. So that's a recipe for disaster. But you have a good example like the Olsens, all of them. You know what I mean? Those parents were very strict, and look, they're all functioning good human beings. You know, so and then you see a case like Aaron Carter. It's just sad.
It's sad.
Very, very sad. Next in the dish, less important things. Bethenny Frankel is going to relive her days on The Real Housewives with a brand new podcast. So listen to this. She announced plans to launch a podcast where she's going to rewatch Roni, Real Housewives of New York, and other cities. The first episode will debut next week, and it's already firing up the charts. It was #1 even before it debuted for podcasts about TV, and it's firing up her old castmates. Carol Radziwill and Countess Luann have criticized her. So Carol, they used to be best friends. Carol said, how original. and the Countess said, it is pathetic and desperate. So if you are not in the Housewives ecosystem, let me break this down for you. They both have a problem, and I can see. I love Bethenny, and I'm going to be #1 waiting for this podcast. I'm right with it. However, because I want all the dish on Scary Island. But anyway, here's where I agree with the women. Bethenny acts like sometimes that she's too good for the Housewives.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I've seen her in interviews where she doesn't even want to say the word Housewives. But then a couple interviews later, she embraces it. And I'm like, okay. And then she's, remember where you came from. She doesn't always, to me, and I say this with Ringo Starr, peace and love, to me, she doesn't always seem like, she sometimes seems like she's flying above it at 37,000 feet, where, Bethenny, I'm sorry, that's where we met you, and that's where your empire grew from. And you shouldn't run away from it. There's nothing, you should be very proud. She's the
Right.
first housewife to turn that gig into a multi-billion-dollar empire.
That skinny girl, and those
Yeah.
are good too.
And the
by
jeans
way.
and everything. So
All that. And I get Countess Luann of all people, her point being like, excuse me, you've made fun of all of us for continuing to be on the show, basically, and now you're going to sprinkle it in.
yeah, but if I'm Countess, I would. Bethenny's done a lot for Countess. I won't go into the weeds, but let's just say Bethenny paid for Countess's rehab. I mean, so if I,
But she's a countess.
But she's not a count. Girl, she hasn't been a countess since Obama was president. So let's just be clear, yeah. Next, you're more of a countess than Countess Luann is right now. You're my countess.
Thank you.
But Bethenny will be there. Next in the dish, Steven Spielberg was featured on CBS Sunday Morning, and he has a new movie coming out this week, which is loosely based on his childhood. I can't wait to watch it. It's called The Fabelmans. Look.
Is it true that when you did reshoot some of the movies you made when you were a kid, that you changed the angles to make it look better?
I really, really tried, Leslie, my best to make the 8mm movies I was recreating look as amateurish as the films I made as a 12, 13, 14, 15-year-old. But if I found a good angle, I had to get down on the ground and get a low angle that I wouldn't have done as a kid. I couldn't help myself.
Oh my goodness, I love it. Well, you realize that in my business, that's a no-no. We could not do that.
Luckily, in my business, we get to suspend disbelief.
Luckily, yeah. So I'm really excited to see this. Michelle Williams will play his mom. Paul Dano plays his dad. And The Fabelmans hits theaters on Friday, and it's already getting rave reviews and the cliche. It's getting Oscar buzz, but we'll save that for later. But
Imagine that, a Spielberg film getting Oscar buzz. Weird.
well, I mean, I love, that's why when we have guests, I always ask about their origin story. If they're an actor, where did the bug, when did the bug hit you? If you're a singer, did you, because always for me, it's relatable to me because, again, I used to watch Johnny Carson and then go out on a rock in my papaw's front yard and do shows for raccoons. You know what I mean? So but I always like to know, and Spielberg is famous. This is the only thing he ever wanted to do. And those types of individuals fascinate me. They never vacillated. Oh, I want to be a mechanic. Or he always was very clear of what he wanted to do. Yeah, like J.J. Abrams. Right. I love it. I can't wait to watch it. Okay, time is running out to sign up to be a part of our next live show. This season, we're having more fun. We're doing more big live shows. This is a big one. We're kicking off the holiday season at Rosedale Center on Friday, November 18th. So here's the deal. 40 viewers plus their guest will be selected to be part of the VIP experience. So you can sign up for your chance to win this. You can't just show up. I had a woman email me over the weekend. She goes, I really like you. Can you just make me a VIP? Sorry, Shannon, that's not how it works. You can sign up for your chance to win this right now on the Jason Show Facebook page. The VIP experience includes premium seating for that show, free food, free drinks, a Jason Show mug, a VIP gift bag worth more than $50 provided by Rosedale Center, and a chance to win other prizes. Every day it seems like we're hearing about more prizes that will be added. So if you don't have Facebook, no problem, we get it. Just go to fox9.com/contest and you can sign up there. It's going to be great. And let me give you a little, I think you enjoy when we pull the curtain back on a variety of things. When you see the promo for this on television and you see Kendall and I riding on an escalator like this, and we're trying to time that just perfectly, took about 47 takes. So when you watch that, just know we were on that escalator
a long time,
for about 4 days. Just know that, yeah. Thanks to the team at Creative Services for helping us with that. We'll be right back. Stay with us, everyone. Back in a moment. Coming up in just a little bit, you'll be green with envy when you see how Shayla from Plant Penthouse can transform a home into a holiday plantapalooza. Then I did something over the weekend I rarely do. I was scared. That and more when we come back. Our next guest is a longtime friend of the show, but here's the deal. But we have only gotten to know her through Zoom. But at long last, she's here in person. Give it up for Shayla from the Plant Penthouse, everyone. So you were one of our friends that we developed a friendship over the pandemic.
Yes, over Zoom.
Over Zoom. And we did one shoot together in person.
We had a little field trip. Herbs and garnishes.
This is the first time you've been here. Welcome.
I know.
I'm thrilled to have you.
me.
Thank you. Okay, so today we're doing affordable plants for holiday decorating and gifting, right?
Yes,
okay.
that we are. So we can...
We'll do a little swap, boop, 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 boop. There we go, okay. And we're doing starting with traditional.
Yes,
okay.
exactly. I thought we would ease right into the holiday plants. What gets more nostalgic and memorable than poinsettias?
Is that how you pronounce it?
Okay. I mispronounce a lot of plants.
Me too. I think it's poinsettia because that's how I say it.
You say poinsettias?
I say poinsettias.
Okay, I do as well. There's an I at the end, so poinsettia,
I think so too, yeah.
Yes.
I'm sure, believe me, Shayla, they will correct us in a matter of seconds online, believe me.
We'll wait for it.
Yeah.
But see, I love it. These are from my two favorite tea stores, Target Boutique.
Oh, yes.
And Tonkadale.
Yeah, Tonkadale.
Yes.
That's, if you're a longtime watcher of the show, that's where we were for one of our field trips. I love that place. Yeah.
Love it. So I feel like it's a really great way to add some festivity. Like I said, whether you want to go traditional with a light color, whether white or pink, or have more decorative with a little glitter and add some pizzazz.
And this is from Target Boutique?
It is from Target Boutique.
I like this. Okay, you know what? Normally I would go with just a traditional color of the red. I like this.
I'm not complaining.
No, I'm not either.
I love it.
And I like the glitter.
Yeah, right?
Okay, are they hard to take care of?
Poinsettias, I would say you just have to keep up with your watering.
Okay.
So this is one, again, where when the soil is dry, about, I'd say 1.5 inches down, that's when I would give it a drink. These are another one where you will see them start to wilt if you slack off.
Okay, well that leads me to this. How do you feel about dried or fake or faux?
Right, faux tanicles.
Or faux tanicles.
Well, I say don't say no to dried or faux.
Okay.
And that's where I have a nice arrangement of dried ideas. So I know we just talked about real poinsettias, but if those aren't your thing, I recommend going for a faux option. As you see here, I have some velvet and felt poinsettias. And also I was scrolling.
Velvet?
I know, right?
It's velvet. May I touch
fancy.
this?
Yeah,
Okay,
please
yeah.
do.
Oh,
yes.
that's pretty. Okay, I
Okay,
like that.
see,
Yeah.
right? You can throw it in a vase or do a nice arrangement, even put them in your Christmas tree or anything. I love that idea.
Yeah.
And also, if you're not into the velvet and you still aren't interested in the real thing, you can go with paper. I looked on Instagram and there is a DIY studio. It's called The Makery.
Is this it right here?
Okay, yeah, that's crepe paper.
That's fake?
Yes, it's fake. Can you believe that?
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Right?
That is really pretty.
Yes, I love it. And she is offering a crepe paper making poinsettia workshop. Looked, it's December 1st. So again, if the real option isn't your thing, those are ones that are going to stand the test of time.
And you watch this, obviously, you're the expert. Is it just me? I remember fake plants back in like the 80s, and they were just really fake.
A little suspect.
They really, it was like what you would see in a dentist's office. You know what I mean? No offense to the dentist, but are fake plants getting better, or is it just me?
I would say they're getting better.
Okay.
Yes, 100%. And especially, again, if you don't want to go 100% faux, you can go the dried route. So if you want to do a bouquet, this is a mix of, again, mispronouncing, but Ceteria, the gold are some Crispidia, and there's some Phalaris in there. Basically, dried grass.
And then kern, we got the dried corn.
Yeah, a little dried corn. You can do that if you want to do it as, I know, right?
Yeah.
Little placeholder, love it.
Okay, festive foliage is next.
Festive foliage,
Yeah.
yes. So looking again, we have the lovely Christmas cactus. I love these because—
This is a Christmas cactus?
Yes, this one, and then look, that little purple one right over there.
Oh, these are pretty.
Aren't
I've
they
never seen,
fun?
those are great.
Yes. So these ones, they bloom typically from mid-November to January.
Okay.
And the blooms, they'll continue to flower for up to 8 weeks, and they live for up to 100 years. I know. So, family heirloom.
I shall put my Christmas cactus in my will. I shall will it to, really?
Yeah.
100 years?
Wild. Yeah, so these are ones that they typically go pass through families if you keep up the care.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
In my house, it'll be dead by St. Patrick's Day. Yeah. Are they hard, though, to take care of?
No, I love it because just similar to cacti, then you just typically, like I have one where I forgot about it for a month, and no joke, that thing is still kicking.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Love it.
What's this?
Okay, so these are, if you're into the more festive ideas, this is a Norfolk Island pine, and this is a lemon cypress.
This is a lemon cypress?
Yes, okay, so give this a rub and then smell. I know, okay. What?
I'm so glad you're here. See, that joke would not have flew during Zoom. Yeah,
I know,
okay.
I
Let me
know.
just, okay, there we go.
Okay. And then now smell your fingers. Okay, I know. Okay, just go.
Yeah, no.
It has a great fragrance.
Oh, it does.
Okay, see?
Oh, I got very aggressive
I know,
on that.
but
like
see, you can. It's hardy.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Okay, right. It has a great.
Oh my
lemony
God, that
scent.
does smell real good.
Love it. So it's a great fragrance.
Oh, okay. The audience is talking back
I
to
know.
us. Okay.
They want
Row
answers.
one, security, please. Okay. Oh, I love that.
Okay, fabulous, right?
And then this is live?
Yes, it's living. Yeah, can you believe that? Again, another Target
See,
find.
this is from Target?
From Target, yeah.
Okay, I'm loving the Target
Right,
right
head
now.
over to Target. And then quickly on the opposite end, so up front, we have some Ziva. These are paper whites. And so essentially you can pot those in water or soil. And the interesting thing, in contrast to this that smells great, people say that those either have a hearty aroma or smell like dirty socks.
Okay, well, there we go. Okay, well, I won't be putting that one in, but here we go. And then finally?
Finally, so we talked about these on the last segment. We have some rare plants. These are all from Northland Botanical, and they're all philodendrons. So they're easy care rare plants, all under $50. So a great gift item for others or yourself.
I love, and gold is still in. I'm noticing all the gold accents.
I'm a gold.
Are you?
Yes,
yeah,
and it's coming back. See the brass, bronze,
it's
all
everywhere.
Of it. Yes,
Silver's
I love it.
out, from what I understand. From people that are hip. I don't know. Silver's out.
Apparently. So they say.
These are cute. And these are hardy and easy to take care of.
I would say they're very easy to take care of. Give them like bright indirect light, and see how it gets the great pink foliage. This is a pink princess. Then we have a white wizard up front, and
I'm loving the names.
Aren't you loving the names? I think
like
they're fantastic.
The white wizard. What are these two?
Oh, and then so this is a ring of fire, and both of these are pink princess.
Did a Game of Thrones author like your name?
I'm telling you, right?
I love it.
I can't come empty-handed. So this one we will add to your studio.
Oh, thank you. We have a new little shelf over there.
Yes, I think that'll be fantastic.
I mean, I love a guest that brings gifts. I'm telling you.
I'm here
Give
for
it up for Shayla, everybody, for more information. Support Shayla. Go to her website. It's theplantpenthouse.com. If you missed any of this, we'll be posting it a little bit later on our YouTube channel. We're going to take a break. We'll be back after this. Stay with us. This is mine. And it matches our stuff. Thank you, sweetheart. Welcome back. Yesterday, I did something that I don't often do. I watched an entire NFL football game. That's right. Thank you, audience. That was the appropriate reaction. So Colin, after surgery, we laid low for a couple days, but he needed...
Do you know what that is, by the way?
Do I know what?
What that is?
Well, this is a football game.
Oh my God, no, the gritty. Never mind.
No, I don't know.
Sorry.
I mean, no.
Go on.
That's a touchdown, right there.
Good job. Hey,
yeah, that's a touchdown.
Going.
So here we go. So Colin needed to get out of the house because he was getting a little stir crazy post-surgery. So we went out to watch the Vikings game at a nearby bar. They were, of course, you all know, unless you're watching from another market, they were taking on the Commanders. And
You're doing great. You're doing so good.
What did I say wrong? I did it right,
you
right?
are doing well.
Yeah.
I'm just
They took on the Commanders in a very, very close game, pulling it out at the win. They pulling out the win at the end.
He loves sports.
I'm trying.
You're doing really good.
Okay, but now, here's what I want to say to you.
Mm-hmm.
So, I was at this bar.
Yeah.
And y'all are very loud when you watch sports. Very loud. And I did not expect that. Mm-hmm. So I'm not really paying attention, okay? Mm-hmm. I am paying attention to the pull tabs. I'm like, I am down, like this. So I wasn't really we were at Willie McCoy's.
2 for 1s.
Exactly. And so I'm sitting there, and every time something big would happen, the entire bar screamed like decimal. I mean, like ears. Anyway, so we captured this was at the end of the game when I think we tied it up or something. And just look at the expression on my face. And this is what I looked like for basically 2 hours. Look at this. That was it. I mean, yeah. and then what was so funny is people know me very well from watching the show and listening to the radio show. I checked Instagram for a second, or Twitter, into one of those, and I went and I got a DM from a woman. She goes, "You seem to be enjoying the game." And I'm like, I'm looking around, she was watching me, and she goes, "You seem to be enjoying it." I actually was.
It's fun when you go to an atmosphere where other people are having a good time, especially when it's judgment-free. Like, they're clapping and you don't know what's going on, and they're like, "This is good, clap. Okay, great."
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, but I have a few observations. Some
please.
Jason observations.
Please.
First is about Kirk Cousins, okay? The quarterback. He continues to make news after each win because I left and I saw this video on a couple friends' social media. So on the flight home from Washington, old boy stepped up his celebration and he was putting on his teammates like chains and bling and diamonds, and then somebody took off his shirt. And I don't know how this happened, but so my question is this tradition? Like, does he do this often?
Yes, this is a thing. Like, Coach O'Connell after the game, there's a quote where he just goes, "Get him his chains," and everybody like throws their chains on Kirk Cousins. They call him Kirko.
Oh, Kirko.
Kirko.
Like Shopko. But Kirko, yeah, like
Exactly
Shopko is
the
an
same.
old store, but yeah.
Yes.
Anyway,
Just
so
like
that's
that.
normal. Like, that's what he does.
That's their thing, is that's what they do.
So he takes off his shirt.
Oh, not the shirt part. That's new. That's a new thing.
Oh, that's a new
New
thing.
thing.
And
Yes.
I'm okay with that part.
Yeah.
I might just want to,
Yep.
Okay, and then my other observation, just from a guy that doesn't watch this, is I do not like the Commander shirts. They're the
jerseys?
uniforms, the jerseys.
They're jerseys.
I don't like and I know that we don't care, they're another team, but I don't like them.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you for your take.
And their logo on the field,
Yes.
it looked like it got smudged.
Like someone walked on it?
Yeah,
or
it got
ran
smudged.
on it?
And I'm OCD, and all I could concentrate on was somebody fix the logo.
But they're running over it. Like, that's literally what they're doing.
We run over the Vikings logo and it doesn't smudge.
That's because we have the best stadium in the NFL.
There we go, yeah.
I get a check for that.
That's right.
Thank you.
And because our station is the official home of the Vikings, I get an extra $5 in my check for this segment.
Yay! Going to Caribou.
That's right. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Oh, God. Come back. Fun show today. It's Monday, which means it's time to open up the Jason Show mailbag. Roll it, Leo.
You've got mail.
That's right. So first up, a comment about the new monitor behind me. So before we read it, so we had to leave the studio because the engineers, we got a new bright monitor behind me. So that's just to tell you what this is about. So Helen writes to us. She goes, "While I love the new monitor, I have a comment. I started watching, I think she meant, started watching the show. It's very entertaining. Jason makes me laugh.
Thank you.
But the moving Jason word in the monitor drives me nuts. I'm watching the show and I keep focusing on the moving screen. It's very distracting." Okay, Helen, let me tell you, my dear friend, I love that you watch the show. I do not want you to not watch the show. But no matter what we put behind me, I'm sure this mail is freaking you out. Yeah. I'm sure you are not loving this right now. But no, Helen, I really love the comment, but here's the deal. No matter what we put behind, we will inevitably, remember we had the stripes?
Oh, the stripes!
We put, Leo, can you take the jib, show them what I mean? So over here, we changed our graphic package about 4 years ago. And that stripe animation, we originally had that behind me. It will move eventually. It didn't move when I took the shot, but anyway, it does move. You would have thought we set our hair on fire because we got more email about that animation than I think anything we've ever done. Anyway, yeah. No, it's not going to move. Oh, there it moved a little bit. Yeah.
Ah, there it is.
Next up, an email from Tim. Hi, Tim. He says, "Jason, please stop saying y'all when the word you will suffice. You're a Minnesotan, not some goober running a still in the South, and get off my lawn." Well, Tim, you're absolutely right, but I will say, it's not a crutch, it's not an excuse. It is a little tick of mine because my papa and mama were, my whole dad's family, I'm proud of this, we're hillbillies. I mean, they were from Tennessee and Kentucky, and it comes out every so often, so I'm very sorry.
It's gonna happen again, though.
Yeah, so keep writing, y'all. Julie has something to say. Julie has something to say about the marmot behind Kendall's close-up right there. Yeah.
Marmot.
She says you should really bring the marmot with you on adventures, like a flat Stanley for the Jason Show. You could ask people, where in the world is Marvin the Marmot? The marmot has so much untouched potential to garner even more outrage emails from people. It does. That thing, again, that rodent is an example of A, people notice everything, and B, nowadays people get annoyed by the strangest things. Yeah. Next up, Lisa. Hi, Lisa. A few weeks ago, she heard me mention the advice I got from someone in Las Vegas about gambling at the airport, the slot machine specifically, and why it may be a good idea. Well, here's what Lisa said. She writes, "It's true. I won $1,300 as soon as we landed today at the airport." Great advice, Jason. Oh, good. Really quick, yeah, it was told to me by a bartender who's been there for like 10 years. So his bar is right across from a pod of slot machines. He goes, get off your plane and always stick $5 in one.
Why not?
He's watched thousands of dollars go. Next, Pat in Duluth, hi, has this to say. Watching the show, I laugh so hard. The best thing about the games is when Jason lip syncs to the songs. So let's look back at the game from... I do. Yeah, if we play and name that tune, I do. I'm just trying to help the contestants. I don't know.
Oh, is that it? You're just trying to help?
I am. Sue is next. Hi, Sue. She says, good morning from Seattle. Hi, I was looking to get tickets to your show while I'm in Minnesota on December 9th. But before I do, I want to make sure Jason will be in town. That will make my day. Hey, it's a good question. I take a Christmas break right at the top of January, so I will be here on that day. So yeah, I don't have any more big vacations until the top of January. Yep. You can stay connected with the show on social media. Check us out on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and TikTok now. We got to update this animation. Just search for Jason Show TV. We'll be right back. I love it. The marmot. Sorry, Helen. It's time for Merch Monday. We love to highlight you and all the merch that you've bought. Keep sending it to us. Sandra sent us this picture. She said she recently purchased our mug and t-shirt and wanted to share the photo. Sandra says she loves the show and that we always make her smile and laugh out loud. Thanks for all the fun. As I said, please feel free to send us a picture wearing or holding or whatever your Jason Show merch. And we have new stuff coming, believe me, for the holidays you are going to love. If you want to access our swag shop, we offer mugs, t-shirt, water bottles, cigarette lighters, and more. You can aim your I'm just joking. You can aim your camera app at the QR code on your screen, and it'll take you right to the shop. We've also posted links on our Facebook and Instagram pages. We'll be right back. Back after this. Sorry, Helen. Good show today. Thank you for being here for it. Right?
You're welcome.
Well, thank you, not you. I mean, you have to do it legally.
All of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome back, everybody. You know how this works. I don't know what's in this segment until I read it live right here. It's time for the surprise goodbye. Today, what could be my next pet? This miniature Shetland pony is trying to earn the world record for the tiniest horse. He's about the size of a medium-sized dog.
Look at him prance.
Standing at less than 20 inches tall, and he weighs around 77 pounds. Hell, Dexter weighs that much. Anyway, right now the horse works as a therapy dog, and he's described as very cuddly.
Look at the obstacle course.
Oh my goodness. Look at him! I want that now.
Me too. we can share him.
Oh, tomorrow, the guy behind the Simply Vanished podcast will join us in investigating the disappearance of Josh Gimone. That's tomorrow. But right now, go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you're doing it wrong. We'll see you tomorrow. I want that whole